My name's Kadera Watson.
And I'm Hope Watson.
Having kids has always been on our agenda. My mom used to run a daycare, so I was always around kids, always loved kids, knew I wanted to have kids. Year after year started going by, and it was like nothing was happening. And now we're 5-6 years in, it's like, oh, this is not happening the way we thought it would.
And then we finally got pregnant in 2015. We were super excited because at that point we were like, wow, that was like the first positive test that we had ever seen or witnessed. Maybe about a week later, I started bleeding and I was kind of like, oh God, like what is happening? So then the doctor finally comes in and she's telling me that we're gonna miscarry. I drove to your job and I called him and I told him, I said, the doctor said we're gonna miscarry. I remember he came out and he met me at the car and we just cried.
And so at that point we were thinking, let's try IVF. Emotionally, it's so draining and so tough. It's because you're like, I'm being faithful, God. I'm doing my part. And in those moments you feel like he's not doing his.
We tried IVF on the second round. They put in the 2 embryos and then one of them took. They were like, okay, well, we have good news. You are pregnant. It's progression, but it's very slow, which in these cases, most of the time, you end up miscarrying. We ended up miscarrying again. Then we just cried and we held each other. So it was one Sunday, Flood Sunday of 2021. I remember we were like, let's baptize each other. We baptized each other. And then, you know, you have those good Sunday naps. I just felt so drained. It was an exhaustion that I had never, ever experienced. And I just didn't feel right. And Kadera was like, are you possibly pregnant? And I was like, oh God, I'm not even gonna think about that. I can't be pregnant because it's been 11 years that nothing's happened. After the nap, I said, let me just take this test. So I went in the bathroom and I took a test and I said a prayer before I took the test. And I remember seeing, when I say like a hairline positive, I was like, a super faint line. I didn't want to get myself excited because I was like, I'm not going to set myself up for excitement right now or false hope.
I said, you're going to have to take it again.
Yeah. But then I took one the next day and it was a little bit darker. And so I called the doctor there and I was like, this is going to sound crazy, but I think I may be pregnant. We went in and I remember the ultrasound tech being like, wow, you guys are pregnant. She was like, guys, this looks like the perfect pregnancy. It wasn't until I saw her and I held her that I realized like I am literally looking at a miracle. Like I am holding a miracle.
Novi Rain, as of today, she is 2 years old. For the person that's watching this, if you can just surrender to God's will and his timing, there's no better feeling when he fulfills the promise.
When God blesses you with the very thing that he has for you, you can sit back and see like, God, you know what you're doing.
And you're faithful.
And you're faithful.
I'm the champion.